My name is Chingya. I am an illustrator currently based in New York, and I was study in Baltimore in illustration program. 2019, I moved to New York and started to trying to find a job and start my career as an illustrator and kind of like graphic designer, textile designer, all kinds of design job around September. So at the time, everything is just normal. So I get to go to the concert, and I was like super excited about living in New York. And then this happened. After the pandemic, everyone is just working from home. So at the very beginning, I haven't went out for about 1 or 2 months, and I just stay in and still have a job, which is very lucky. But then mentally, it's really hard for me because usually you can go out to work and like see lots of people and like having conversation with people. But after that, all I can see is my roommates. I'm lucky enough that I still have somebody to talk to, but I would say it's just very different from what I was expecting when I was thinking about I can work in New York. The good things about working from home is that I don't have to wake up early, put on makeup, and commute because that takes a long time to go to the office. It's kind of a good and also a bad thing because I kind of enjoy taking the subway and walking to the office because it's kind of like a ritual for me to like transform myself, telling my body that it's time to work. But after working from home, you just wake up and then sit in front of your desk and you just start working. It's kind of hard to separate the working time and your relaxing time because you do everything in the same space. So it's even hard to tell your body to rest because you're at the same place all the time. But I think I'm very lucky because my roommates are really nice. So we will spend time together after work and like drinking and playing games, watching movies together. I think that really helps, like help you get through all this kind of crazy stuff. For grocery, when we get everything back to our home, we like wipe everything with alcohol first before we put it back into the fridge. At first, I feel like it's so extra to like wipe everything, but then I feel like it is kind of necessary to do. And we still have that habit now. There's one time I have to take the subway, and then in New York, right now you have to wear a mask to go into the station. And then there's a day I was on the subway, I was looking at my phone, and then I heard a man cough. I just kind of intentionally just looking up who is coughing, and then I saw a man, he coughed, and then he didn't wear a mask. And then at the time, I was like, I need to go right now. I need to leave this train. And then there's a lady get on the train, and she just sit right across that man. The next things that lady do is she take out one of her mask and then give it to the man, asking him, "Do you want this?" I was like, "Why am I so selfish?" All I can think about is I want to leave. I don't want to be here. But that lady is like giving the man a help, like do something that is so simple, but she helped herself and she also helped that man and she protect everyone on that train just by this simple thought. I don't know how to explain that feeling. It's kind of like a mind blowing for me to see that happen. There's a period of time I was so sure that I'm going back to Taiwan like immediately. The news just keeps saying that New York is having a disaster, and my family just keep telling me to go home. After a while, I don't know why I changed my mind. But I still think that staying here is a chance that I will never get again. So I really want to see what will happen if I stay. I still don't know what changed my mind though. So I just don't want to regret after this. I came to the state to study, right? And then I work in New York. And then there's one day I was just get out of work and I walking on the Fifth Avenue. And then there's a moment I was like, wow, 3 years ago I was just tourist, and then now this is my everyday life. The only time I get to be here. And if I go back to Taiwan now, I don't think I'll ever come back. No one knows this is gonna happen. And like, what are the odds you get to see an empty Times Square in your lifetime? I saw that. That is kind of amazing. Can you believe it? This is gonna be epic experience that you have. So I guess you just have to be positive and then something will give you the answer. There will be a sign. There's always a sign that is telling you what to do. You just have to be patient and then be careful, then you will know the answer. Everything you do has something to do with whatever you are doing next. There's always some kind of link between those things. So I think it's very important to focus on what you're doing right now and do it right. And then it will eventually lead you to something that is better and what you want. This is just a really, really short period of our lifetime. So again, be positive and drink.